I'm Prowse-Bishop, and this is the Virtual Business Show. As we come to the end of another financial year, my thoughts often turn to gratitude. I'm grateful to my clients who enable me to live this lifestyle, who allowed me to be available for my daughter every day rather than having to ship her off to full-time daycare back in the early days of my practice, and generally be more relaxed about work. I'm also grateful for my husband, who encouraged me to pursue the idea of working from home, utilising the skills that I'd honed in over 15 years working for others as an executive assistant. But it's interesting how many people don't display any amount of gratitude at all, VAs and clients. Working with a VA is a two-way street. It's important that clients remember that their VA should be viewed as a member of their team, a partner in their success, and not as an employee. They aren't an expendable commodity, but a valuable business asset. If a client views the VA as an employee, it's easy to understand that they may have less gratitude about the relationship. A typical employer attitude would be, well, they get paid, don't they? They should be grateful to me. As long as I continue to pay them, they should know I appreciate what they do. But the VA-client relationship is about so much more than that, and clients run the very real risk of a VA sacking them if the VA feels the relationship and their efforts aren't appreciated. Just because we're virtual doesn't mean we're robots. Pleasantries like please and thank you go a long way. Pointing out minute errors in work when contracts stipulate errors and omissions accepted don't help motivate your VA. Glaring mistakes, of course, you should point out. But tiny little things that sometimes mean you do view the VA as a robot aren't helpful. I've certainly had clients who nitpick and micromanage, and that doesn't work for me at all. I certainly don't work at my best or to my strengths when that occurs. Fortunately, I've not had to sack clients for a lack of gratitude. All of my clients are very aware of the value that I bring to them and their business. And whilst there have been times over the years when you do feel slightly undervalued or appreciated, it's never enough to think that the partnership isn't working. I have, on the other hand, sacked clients whose working style didn't sync with my own, or who just couldn't get their head around the virtual working relationship. Sometimes personalities clash, ethics clash, and in one case I just wasn't comfortable working on the type of projects my client wanted me to work on. In those instances, working with a VA isn't for the client, or the VA, at least at that time. And I can tell you that there was no small level of surprise when I told them things weren't working out and I'd find them alternative support. Yes, a VA can sack you. Gratitude is something we should all practice every day. Feeling appreciated is important to everyone. If you're in partnership with a VA, a short note every now and again, even if it's once a year at holiday time, will go a long way towards strengthening the mutual respect you have and, by extension, your partnership. As a VA, be sure to keep in touch with clients and let them know you appreciate their ongoing business. Every other invoice you send could include that sort of note, but don't just appreciate them at payment time. If you find something in the press, for example, that you think might be of interest, send it through to them so they know you think of them at times other than when the bills are due. And it's always nice to remember their birthdays. All of this leads to mutual respect and a strengthening of the virtual relationship. When your VA, and for that matter your client, is out of sight, it doesn't mean they need to be out of mind as well. I'm Prowse-Bishop. Thanks so much for listening.